Disneyland is your land.
Come seek an adventure at the old pirates, eh?
Make the jump to light speed.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Welcome to the Disneyland Beat, where our toes tap to a Disneyland drum.
And we always whistle while we work.
Hi, I'm Amy.
And I'm TC. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opens at Disneyland on January 27, 2023. This will not only be the opening day for this first attraction at Disneyland Resort devoted solely to Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, it will also be the first day of the Disney 100 celebration at the Disneyland Resort. When opened, guests will be able to enter the world of cartoons with Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and other Disney pals.
When it opens at Disneyland, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway will be utilizing a virtual queue. This is a complimentary offering that is accessed through the Disneyland app. It will also be the only way for guests to experience the ride, as no standby queue will be available. There will be 2 chances for guests to enter the virtual queue at Disneyland. They will be at 7 a.m. and then a second chance at 1 p.m.
This is very similar to what the first several months of operation for Rise of the Resistance looked like. Guests crowded into Main Street USA early to get a boarding pass. However, this one is going to be different. For the 7 a.m. virtual queue window, you do not have to be inside the park itself. You just need to have a valid reservation for that day.
So that means you can do this in the comfort of your own home or hotel room for the 7 a.m. one using their high-speed internet, which will likely increase your chances of getting a boarding pass.
Many people will be fast enough to get assigned into a boarding group with an assigned number. If your number is a low one, your group has a high probability of getting called that day. It's a very high number. There is a possibility your group may not get called that day, but don't give up hope. It just depends on how efficient the operations are.
Now there is good news here. Rise of the Resistance had an estimated capacity of 12 to 1,500 riders per hour. That's not much considering the ride closes early at 9 p.m. On an average day, it operates for 13 hours, letting nearly 20,000 people ride, approximately 25% of the people who are in the park that day. So a lot of people do get to ride the ride, but many end up disappointed.
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway at Walt Disney World has a 32-passenger train, with 8 of them operating at once, gaining an estimated capacity of 2,500 riders, at least 1,000 more an hour than Rise of the Resistance does. Some days, Mickey's Toontown will open late and close early whenever they do fireworks. But on nights that they don't do fireworks, it could stay open 14 to 16 hours, letting up to 40,000 people ride it in a day. And that's about half the park on a busy day.
There are reports that the ride is different than the Walt Disney World version. It's still basically a clone, but there are several variations. First of all, the one at Hollywood Studios took over a fantastic classic attraction, the Great Movie Ride, and had to work around its layout. But this new version has a brand new building that's a different shape, so the layout may be a touch different.
Sharita Carter, a really nice person and one of the lead Imagineers on the project, also spoke about some of the different things that are happening on the interior of the ride. Many of them are inside jokes, hidden Mickeys, and homages to different artists who work on the project. Details. But we're also holding out hope that there might be a few additional transformative scenic effects that combine moving scenery and projections to create some amazing magic.
The ride has a pre-show segment in a theater, the El Capitan Theater, which has some explosive surprises and the actual physical queue, which reportedly is long but moves at a good pace, winds through the backstage of the theater through the props and scenic and costume departments. Some of the queue for Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin used to do this as well. So we do wonder if there will be some changes made to that queue. But either way, there should be a lot to look at and likely a lot of references to both the classic Mickey cartoons and the updated shorts version.
Okay, back to the virtual queue. Here are some tips. Guests can connect their party together starting at 6 a.m. Pacific Time for the first access window. Remember, the first virtual queue window is accessible to guests who have valid admission and reservation that starts at Disneyland on the day that they would like to experience the attraction.
Guests already in Disneyland or who have a park hopper that allows them to get into Disneyland from Disney California Adventure can connect their group at 12 p.m. for the 1 p.m. virtual queue window. They will have to have valid admissions and reservations for that day as well. This is an improvement and something you should do. Being able to get your group together early saves a step.
Later, after receiving a boarding group via the virtual queue, a notification will appear in the Disneyland app with a return window for guests to experience the attraction. That's when you come back. Now, this is the only way to do it. There is no just going and getting in line on this one.
The best advice we have from the Disney hacker Damien is to refresh your page seconds before the queue opens so the Join a Boarding Group button appears on your screen first. The queue opens in the 10 seconds prior to 7 a.m. The faster your internet, the better your chances.
Also, the night before, make sure your phone and the Disneyland app are all updated, running the most recent versions of the software.
There is something different, however, this time around that did not exist when Rise of the Resistance opened, and it will likely be a game changer, and that is Lightning Lane. We anticipated that this attraction would be a new Lightning Lane ride, but we very much hoped that during this virtual queue period, which is likely to last months at least, the add-on paid service wouldn't be used yet.
But there is going to be an individual Lightning Lane option used in this attraction from the beginning. It's available to you once the park opens, but you have to be inside the park to use it, and the park has to be open in order for you to be able to order a Lightning Lane.
This is likely to be a very popular option and will probably sell out very quickly. Disney will dedicate a number of Lightning Lanes, and it will reduce how many virtual queue spots there will be, as well as impact the efficiency and speed of the line. We don't know if it'll be possible to get both a virtual queue and a Lightning Lane in a single day, but we do hope that Disney has considered that and found some way to keep it from happening so as many people as possible can ride the railway once it opens.
Another positive here is because the ride is opening early, in January, months before the newly refurbished land opens in March, and especially with its higher capacity, a lot of people are going to get a chance to ride Runaway Railway, probably making the land opening a bit more calm.
We are going to close with Disney's exact language from the website for the Runaway Railway. A virtual queue is in place for this attraction. Guests will need to use the Disneyland app to enter the attraction. A standby queue is not available at this time. Each guest can enter the virtual queue no more than once per day during regular park hours.
Boarding groups for a virtual queue are limited, subject to availability, and are not guaranteed. Not all boarding groups may be called to return based on availability of the experience.
Guests may also purchase individual Lightning Lane entry for this attraction. Lightning Lane entry purchases are limited in availability, are subject to change or closure, may vary by date, and are not guaranteed.
And just a final thought for everyone to be kind to each other and to the cast members as this new ride opens, and especially when things go wrong. Best of luck to everyone. We hope everyone gets to experience the ride and enjoys it. And we'll see you there. We'll be in the parks the 29th and the 30th, and if you see us, please say hi, and stay tuned and subscribe for lots of new footage from Disneyland's 100 Years of Wonder.
May the light in the firehouse window always shine brightly, and may your dreams always come true.
See you real soon, Mouseketeers.
At Disneyland, you've seen Fantasyland, Frontierland, and Tomorrowland. Now here's a whole new land you've never seen before. Hey! Let me show you around. Take this crazy town.
The Mickey's Toontown opens January 26th.